November 17th, 2024. A cable on the floor of the Baltic Sea is severed. 12 hours later, a second cable is severed. Same region. A Chinese cargo vessel, the Yiping 3, is filmed at the exact location. At the exact time. Swedish, Danish, Finnish, and German naval vessels surround the ship. China refuses to allow an inspection. The ship is eventually released. No charges were filed. No one has been charged. Probably no one ever will be. Those cables carried 35% of Lithuania's international internet traffic. But that's a small number. Here is the number that matters. 97% of all international data. Your emails, your bank transfers, your medical records, everything runs through cables exactly like the ones that were just cut. And the legal framework protecting them was written in 1884. This is not a warning. This is not speculation. The cables were cut in 2024. The incidents are documented. The ship was identified. And the people responsible walked free. In the next 11 minutes, I am going to show you 3 things. First, what the physical internet actually is. Not the version you imagine. The version that actually exists. And why 97% depends on something you could hold in one hand. Second, what happened in 2024. The year the cables started being cut. Who cut them? And why nobody was punished. And third, what the military intelligence picture looks like. What Russia's deep sea unit has been doing for the past decade. And what the first coordinated attack would look like. No bombs, no armies, no declaration of war. Just silence. And 97% of everything not working. The physical internet. When you send an email from London to New York, you probably imagine it flying through the air. Satellites, wireless networks, something modern. It doesn't. It goes down. Down through a tube under the Thames. Down through the English Channel. Down through the floor of the Atlantic Ocean. Up through a cable landing station on the coast of New Jersey. The entire journey takes milliseconds. Because of cables. Laid on the ocean floor. By specialized ships. In operations that take months and cost hundreds of millions of dollars. There are approximately 400 of these cables, running 1.3 million kilometers across every ocean floor on Earth. Each one is roughly 8 centimeters in diameter, about the width of a garden hose. No cameras watching them, no guards protecting them, no alarm systems, nothing. Now here is the number that should stop you. 97%. 97% of all international internet traffic. All international financial transactions. All international phone calls. All international data. One physical infrastructure. Cables you could hold in one hand. On the ocean floor. Unguarded. And the international law protecting them? The Convention for the Protection of Submarine Telegraph Cables. Signed in 1884, 140 years ago, before the internet existed, before fiber optics existed, before anyone imagined that 97% of everything would one day run through a garden hose on the ocean floor. Nobody planned this. It just happened that way. And now we live inside it.
The year they started cutting. Harder pace, 3-incident escalation, each one closer to home. January 2024. 3 submarine cables in the Red Sea, damaged. Houthi militants in Yemen claimed responsibility. The cables connected Europe to Asia. Through the Suez Canal route. Traffic had to be rerouted through South Africa, longer path, slower speeds. Higher costs. The internet didn't go down, but it bent. Then NordStream. September 2022, not internet cables. Gas pipelines. But the same question. Who did it? 2 years later. No country has been formally charged. 3 different investigations. 3 different conclusions. None of them official. Then November 17, 2024. Baltic Sea. Cable, BCS East-West Interlink. Severed. 12 hours later. Cable, Sea Lion 1, connecting Finland to Germany. Also cut. 2 cables, 12 hours apart, same region. A Chinese cargo vessel, the Yipeng 3, was filmed by multiple observers, at the exact location. At the exact time. 4 NATO navies surrounded the ship. China refused to allow an inspection. The ship was eventually released. No charges were filed. Why? The systemic failure must land. Because the 1884 Convention has no enforcement mechanism. Because proving intentionality for a break on the ocean floor is nearly impossible. Because even if you prove it, the diplomatic consequences of formally accusing China of deliberately cutting internet cables are significant enough that governments prefer to say nothing. So they said nothing. The invisible war. State each fact like intelligence briefing. For years, Russia's main directorate of deep-sea research, known as GUGI, has been systematically mapping submarine cable routes. Not cutting them, mapping them. Their submarines, their specialized research vessels, have been charting every cable, in the North Atlantic, the Baltic, the Arctic. Why would you spend that much effort, mapping cables, you have no intention of interfering with? In 2024, NATO released a formal assessment. Critical undersea infrastructure was described as a strategic vulnerability across the entire alliance. Here is what a coordinated attack would look like. The Atlantic has 17 cables connecting the US and Europe, most pass through a small number of choke points. Near Iceland, near the Azores, near the English Channel. A coordinated attack on those choke points could sever most transatlantic internet capacity in hours. Each consequence gets its own beat. Financial markets. Disconnected. Military communications, degraded. Emergency services, compromised. No bombs dropped. No armies crossing borders. No declarations of war. Just silence. And darkness. And 97% of everything, not working, the repair time. Weeks. Months. Depending on location and weather. There are fewer than 60 cable repair ships in the entire world. 60 ships. 400 cables, ocean floors. The math is not reassuring. Very slow, almost a whisper. Each sentence isolated, we built the most complex civilization in human history. Finance. Communication, medicine, democracy. All of it running through cables at the bottom of the ocean, cables that are not guarded. Cables protected by a law from 1884. Cables that were cut in 2024 without consequence. The people who cut them walked free. And tonight, somewhere on the ocean floor, a Russian research vessel is mapping something. And somewhere, in Beijing, or in Moscow, or somewhere we don't know about yet, someone is looking at that map and doing arithmetic. The internet was designed to survive nuclear war. Decentralized. Resilient. Reroutable. But it was never designed to survive someone with a ship. And a plan, and a government that can say, no. You cannot inspect what is on board. We built the infrastructure of civilization, and we left it on the ocean floor. Unguarded.